Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. Wouldn't it be cool if we could actually customize the Compose theme we get from the framework? Yes, that would be super cool, and that's what I will actually show you how we can achieve that. So let's jump into Android Studio and take a look and first understand what I actually mean with customizing our Compose theme. When you create an empty Compose project, you will start with such a theme here. That is in the end just a composable. If we take a look on that, that is something Android Studio just generated for you. You can see if we are in dark theme, we choose the dark color palette and else the light colors. And then it calls another composable, which is this material theme composable, where we can simply, where we just pass our values that we typically want to use in our theme. For the default values, those are the colors. That is actually the typography. So if you use custom fonts or if you just have some defined text styles you want to use, then that will be passed down. And shapes. So if you actually want to have a specific amount of roundings for your different cards or whatever, then that will also be passed down. And then wherever you are in your project, you can do something like, material theme dot, and you can see now we get access to those three types of values. If we want to access our colors, we can do that. We can say, okay, background color, and then just assign that to a background of a composable or so. And the same works with typography. We have our text styles and all that stuff. I think you get what I mean here. However, we often need more specific values or just a set of values that is fixed for our app that we would actually like to include in our theme. So, for example, we would like to have some spacing values. So if we have some padding or so, then we often use the same values for padding on all of our screens or for the margins and stuff like that. However, if we define these values somewhere in our code, just our typical padding values like 4dp, 8dp, and so on, and then we pass them down to our composables so they can use them, that makes our code very messy and is a lot of work. Wouldn't it be cooler if we could just include that in our material theme here, so that we could say material theme spacing dot medium, for example. But sadly, that is not included in the default material theme. But the good news is that we can actually create it on our own. So let's actually see how this works. To understand how this works, we need to understand what a so-called composition local is. A composition local is something you will most likely have already dealt with quite some times if you've been working with Compose. And that's in the end everything that starts with a local and that provides some kind of value. For example, we can get the context by using local context.current. And this local context, this is a so-called composition local. What it does is it actually gives us the context of our application without actually us needing to pass it down our composables. And what the theme does is actually exactly the same. So if we take a look in the material theme class, so if we hold down Control and click on that, you can see that's nothing else in the end. So our colors are just local colors.current. Our typography is local typography.current. And this material theme is just a wrapper class, so we don't need to type that by hand every time. So let's see how we can actually extend this. I want to do this in our UI package. Right-click, new Kotlin class of file, and that will be for spacing. So we select file, and in here, we first want to define the set of spacing values we would like to actually have in all of our composables. So what we can do is we can simply create a wrapper class for that holds all these values. So let's make that a data class spacing. And in here, we can now define our different values, our DP values of spacing. So for example, we could have extra small spacing, which would be a DP value, and we can set it to 4dp. That's what I typically choose for the smallest spacing value, but you can customize this as you like. We could have small for 8dp, medium for 16dp. We could have a large for 32dp, and finally, I like to have extra large for 6040p. And something you should also always do is to include some kind of default value in case somebody just doesn't know how to, or what this basically does here. So they can just pick the default value and they are fine with that. So that would be just having no spacing at all, so 0dp. So now how do we get this spacing class in our theme? So we can simply say material theme.spacing.medium or so. So first of all, we need to actually create a so-called composition local, as I said. That will actually just provide this spacing class for all composables. So we don't need to pass it down. Instead, any composable can then just say local spacing.current.medium, for example. So let's see how this works. Also in this file, I will simply create this composition local. So val local spacing is equal to composition local of. And here we simply create an instance of our spacing class. And that is already not it, but that is already it for creating this local spacing. We don't tell Compose yet how that we actually have this and what it should provide. We can do that in our theme.kt file by simply using composition local provider, which is a composable, and we can use that to now simply pass our local spacing, and we say provides spacing, or a spacing class. And then we simply put in our material theme inside of that composition local provider. And if you have multiple values here, you can simply add more, so you don't need tons of composition local providers. You can instead just have your other values here, like local elevation or whatever. So you can extend this as you like. So now what we can do is we can go back here. You can see now we can import that. And suddenly we can access our local spacing. So now we can say, okay, I want to assign the default spacing, the default padding for our surface. So we say, okay, modifier is modifier padding, and we pass local spacing dot current dot medium, for example. But we can take this one step further, and that is, as I said, we can include this in our material theme. And we could actually also create our own kind of wrapper class for our own theme, but a very easy way is to just create an extension value here for this class. So we can simply copy these colors here, go to spacing, and in here we paste this. We rename this to spacing, make this a spacing value, and then we can say, okay, we say local spacing.current. And since we want to extend our material theme, we say material theme.spacing. It's that easy. And now in main activity, we can either do it like this, but we can also say material theme.spacing.medium. Boom, we have it in our theme, which is super cool. And now you can have these fixed values of spacing in your whole application. And in case you want to change that for example, for some specific devices on tablets, you want to have more spacing than on phones, you can simply go to your theme and then basically get the screen width here, for example. And based on that, you just define what kind of spacing object you provide. So you could have another spacing, for example, for tablets, like you have phone spacing, tablet spacing, and depending on what device it is, you just provide a different value here. And then in all of your app, you automatically use these spacing values if you just access them using material theme spacing, whatever. But I also actually want to talk about when you should not use such a composition local here, because there are actually two scenarios in which you don't want that. On the one hand, that is if you don't intend these values to be used in your whole application, basically to be used in any kind of composable. So if you say, okay, I want these values of my composition local only in some composables, but not all like child composables should be able to access that, then this is not the right thing that you want. Then you can either, basically just pass down these values only to the composables that actually need them. And the other thing when you should not use this, I already talked about that, if you don't really have a good default value to choose, because that can lead to very messy state and confuse developers if they have no clear understanding of what this does and they have to use some kind of value of that. So you should always include a default value here, and if you feel like there is no default value, then think twice if you really want to have such a composition local. And if you're still using XML in your project and you have not yet migrated to Compose, but you actually like it and you want to give it a try, then you should actually check out this video, which will show you exactly that, how you can migrate your existing XML projects to Compose and the other way around.